Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We're pleased to introduce one of the great educators as part of our series we're doing that honor the great educators in our state, Robert Clark, who is Director of Bands at Long Branch High School. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
This is part of our series we do in cooperation with the New Jersey Education Association, Classroom Close-Up, a great series on NJTV, right?
Wonderful.
In about a minute, we're going to be seeing a video of you doing something with smart music.
Smart music, yes.
What is it all about?
Well, it's the classroom is changing, and we have to keep up with the changes. So technologically, smart music is an online tool where we use it to kind of gauge the students' progress. They have method books that we used to have to go to the music store and buy them. Now they're all online. And a student can kind of play into the computer. They can play it back. They can maintain it online as a portfolio of their accomplishments. Tells them which notes they're getting right, which notes they're getting wrong. They could send it to me. I use it as an instructional tool. And I'd say about half of my music library is also on smart music. So anything I assign for the band to play, they can access it and use it as a rehearsal.
It's exciting.
Tool. It's great.
You ready to see this video?
I'd love to.
It helps tell the story from Classroom Close-Up?
Yes.
Let's take a look at the video.
Art education is important. The music education is ridiculously important. The students can succeed because they feel secure here. They feel secure enough to experiment, to fail, and they have enough pride to want to get better.
For Robert Clark, helping his band students get better is a top priority.
Be careful with your anvil part. You have to listen back so that you line up with the quarter note triplet.
Okay. As director of bands at Long Branch High School, Mr. Clark rehearses with the marching band both on and off the field.
Let me change that.
He's also using some interesting technology during rehearsals.
Okay, moving through. Here we go. Nice, you held it till the end. It's you with
The software they're using is called Smart Music.
With smart music, there is immediate feedback. When a student is looking at the screen and a note shows up green because they played it correctly or red because they didn't, that's immediate. But there's other benefits. The fact that they could use smart music as a practice tool and slow it down if it's technically difficult, that's a really good thing.
With smart music, you always have the specific tempo that you have to go off of. So there's no way of us getting off of tempo, and it makes it easier to learn our skills.
Okay, so now here's guard staggering out.
Robert also uses computer technology to help the marching band develop and practice their routines.
With the group, we were just going over one of the videos of Pieware. What you do is you input their show, and there's a computer-generated depiction of what they're supposed to be doing on the field.
The software does help. It helps when it comes time for how to get from one spot to another, like for motion, because we can't get that from the pictures. So using the software, you can see, okay, they took this route or a certain path to get to your spot.
The Pieware for marching band charts, if you're ever really stuck on a chart or you just can't seem to remember them, you could just, watch that video over and over again and, just watch how the charts go into each other, watch your individual dot.
In practice this week on Wednesday, we have to make sure that we have a strategy to develop the arch here. Tools like Smart Music have been incredible, and using a program in marching band like Pieware, where I could actually give the kids a vocabulary test to see if they understand the language or the latitude and longitude coordinate sheet. That's a change, but I think one of the things it's done is it validated arts as an important part of the music curriculum. Okay, cool. Let's do song 2.
It's fascinating stuff.
It's good stuff.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been a public school teacher for 28 years.
Still passionate?
It's still passionate.
Why?
Because there's so much out there now. It's an exciting time. I was always excited about being a band director, but I don't think folks understood what we did. And now that kind of education has become a data-driven world, things like smart music help me amass data, and it's great when I could walk into somebody without an arts background and show them graphs and pie charts of accomplishment and growth and maintain these online portfolios. It's wonderful.
Who are the students, Bob, who actually, I don't know, I want to ask it this way. Is there a typical student who joins the band?
I don't know if there's a typical student. I know
What kinds of students join the band?
kinds of students join band who are the kids who want a challenge. I think that a lot of the bright kids just migrate towards challenging activities, and band students are the ones who show up early. They show up prepared, and that's kind of all the lessons that are inherent in a band class.
Are they a family?
Very much so.
They're really a family.
They're really
How
a
so?
family. Just no real learning can take place, I believe, without a strong relationship. And with a lot of these students, I meet them when they're in middle school because I go down and bring them along. I'm lucky enough to be in a school district that finances a summer arts program, so I teach them through the summer.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and I have a 4 to 5 year relationship with these students and their families, so it is a family.
How supportive are they of each other in terms of the relationships they build?
Just like a family. We celebrate each other's successes and the little bumps in the road we have to handle as well. And it's good because in a band class, the leadership is inherent. Kids kind of come up, the freshmen kind of learn what to do, and then you start to see the shoes open up and they have to fill the shoes of those who have moved on. And it's really a good system.
Well, I'm curious about this. How do you believe, or how do you think that young people, the young leaders, because they are, who are in band, are seen by most other kids, most other students in school? And has that changed?
No, it hasn't changed in my school. I think it's the culture of the school.
Are they respected in your school?
Very much
They're
so.
respected, revered. Hey, those kids are in band. That's a good thing. It's a great thing.
It has always been that way at Long Branch High School. The arts successes are celebrated with the academic and
Right.
sports successes equally. And it's great.
And let me ask you this, the technology and the fact that you're teaching more and more with this technology, is it making being in band even more interesting?
I think it makes band more accessible.
Accessible.
Smart music. Long Branch is a high needs district. I think right now in my band program, I have one student who's studying privately. So the fact that I have this and I have after school time where they come in and I could put them on a programmed method book outside of the curriculum, outside of the course. They could come in and they could gauge their own progress, and I could come in and facilitate that. And without the technology, I really didn't have that option before.
I'm curious about this. You talked about natural leadership within band, so I want to ask you this. The most significant lesson you've learned about leadership being the band director, for how many years again?
At the high school, this is my 18th.
Most significant lesson you've learned about leadership is, particularly among young people?
Is to really be forgiving. Be forgiving. And leadership, because they come to you with all different problems. And you have to let them work through some of those problems so that they could realize their own potential. And I think as long as you create the culture where they could fail a little bit and then build up confidence, they could assume leadership roles.
Last question. Public school teachers, the thing you're most proud of in terms of being part of this group of professionals is?
And that we offer what we're supposed to be offering, a free and public education. And I teach with some of the strongest people and educators, especially in a high needs district, that you could ever meet. It's
Still love what
wonderful.
you do.
Absolutely.
How many years again you've been doing it?
28.
Robert Clark, one of the great public school educators in our state and nation, director of bands, Long Branch High School. Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thanks, Bob.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One on One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Delta Dental of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Sharing Network, the law firm of Gibbons PC, Verizon, and by NJ Best. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.